Man, obsession was something. I'm not saying this in a bad way either. The movie really opens your eyes to a lot of issues that unfortunately a lot of people experience to this day. No, I'm not talking about regretting the one wish willow. I'm talking about the emotional maturity of some people and how some things could be avoided if you were just honest with yourself and whoever it is you are speaking to about, well, things like this. Let's start off with how the entire plot point of Obsession could have been avoided if Bear was just a little more emotionally intelligent and honest. Because I'm gonna be honest, I really did hold my fists up and scream after seeing this F-tier performance this jackass put on when Nikki quite literally gave him an uncontested shot to hit an easy 100% green bean, but still fucking fumbled because the lights were too bright. So, they're sitting in a car communicating, Nikki specifically talking about her passion for writing and why she ended up quitting her job, and so far it seems like the mood was going good for the both of them. They allowed themselves into an environment where they could speak about things they don't usually speak about. That alone is already a pretty big fucking notifier that the person you're speaking to might be taking some interest in you. That being said, when they finish the car ride, this dude Bear gets a 0.5 second confidence boost, calling her name, and then backs out. Just to then call her again and start speaking about a fucking mouthpiece. God damn, man. And then this jackass proceeds to say, "Good night, freaky Nikki," knowing she does not fuck with being called that. To be fair, I don't think he wouldn't have went with this idea if it wasn't for Ian, who recommended teasing or being playfully mean. But if you gotta pull maneuvers like taking a girl's phone or calling them out on some bullshit just to try to get with them, do some self-reflection. There's a lot more ways you could communicate to someone and have them appreciate you for who you are and fall in love with you for who you are without having to do all that extra bullshit. Anyways, back to the scene. Nikki obviously makes it known that she did not appreciate that statement, but it did unlock some dialogue options. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't think it could ever be as clear as she made it. So what does he do?
I know, I'm sorry.
Do you like me?
What?
Because if you do, now's the time to tell me.
I think we're good friends.
Man, all it took was you just needing to admit your fucking feelings, and that's it. Now, obviously, I could do the whole movie, but that's not why I'm here. I'm trying to point out a specific message from this movie, so, bear with me. I'm so fucking sorry. Now, moving into the movie when the weird shit begins, which, if you didn't know, was literally 40 seconds after that interaction, he makes a wish that Nikki loved him more than anyone in the world. Why am I bringing this up? Well, a few things come to mind when he made this specific wish. Rather than wondering why he himself can't get to admit his emotions or how he truly feels and doesn't wish for himself to grow as a person, he wishes for someone else's love. It's not a healthy look at all, and well, I mean, if you watched the movie, you'd know how horribly that went. Either ways, there's a specific scene that pops up during the movie, where he calls the number on the back of the One Wish Willow packaging. The first thing he asks when the other guy picks up isn't to reverse the wish, it's to alter it. That one piece of dialogue alone is just, well, it's alarming. But then he figures out that her love isn't actually her love and it's a possession, so he tries to get that wish canceled and was told there was no other way to remove that wish other than him dying. The subtle foreshadowing in this movie is something devious. Now that's as far as I'm going with the movie itself in terms of explaining scenes, underlying tones, and all that extra good stuff. I've said it before, but I'll say it again if you didn't catch it. This movie isn't only about a guy making a wish and regretting that wish because, well, he wasn't careful with what he wished for. To me, at least, I've understood a concept from this movie, and that concept is how not being emotionally intelligent, as well as not being emotionally honest with yourself, is, well, daunting, for a lack of better words. There are people in this world who think like Bear, and there are people in this world who wants a possessed Nikki. Yes, that includes both men and women. Why would you ever want that? I have absolutely no fucking idea. But for the people who see themselves in Bear, I've got a couple of things to say to you. First and foremost, I can't say that I completely understand where you're coming from, but I have a gist. You're fearful of the unknown when it comes to things like this. I can say for certain that I am very familiar with that feeling and I empathize with you. But I won't sit here and deny how I feel to anyone I speak to if I feel that way towards them, and that's something I feel you should take into account. Don't get me wrong, it's a lot easier said than done, but seriously, don't allow yourself to be Bear. You'll regret it. If the lights shine too bright, shoot that shit anyways. If you got super congestion, shoot that shit anyways. And especially, if you see a wide open shot, no congestion, and an easy green with no pressure put on you, shoot that shit. But don't be no fucking Kyle Kuzma. Seriously though, take care of yourselves. Mentally, emotionally, logically, and physically. Obsession can open your eyes to what you want to avoid ever doing in life in terms of relationships. And it'll show you who you'd want to avoid ever being with. I rate the movie itself a solid 9 out of 10. There were some unnecessary scenes that I personally do not rock with, but I understand they do play a role in pushing how severe the trauma and issues get in the movie. Which I get, but I'm still not trying to see cheeks or, bodies. Either ways, thank you for tuning into this video, and don't bug me about what I teased from my last video. I've still got some things to knock off before I hit that video, which there is something extremely important I want to talk about regarding people and content creation. So I do recommend you stay tuned for that. Anyways, thank you for watching, and until next time.